And we always wants to know as fans what happens after the show. I know American Idol, when it first aired, it had a lot of new development and new artists that became successful and popular after the show. But what about the others? Some are not so successful, especially girl groups. And Kylie from 3LW and the Cheetah Girls addressed that on the Carlos King podcast, Reality with the King, last week, and it was posted on his YouTube page. And he was asking her some questions about what happened to the girl group Blueprint. He was saying everybody was emailing him and calling him and texting him because they did put out an EP, and some of the songs on the EP were pretty good, and stuff like that. So he said that's why he wanted to do the interview with Kiley Williams. Some people call her Keely, but I call her Kylie. But whatever, Keely, and she brought out some key points, and she was saying that she was saying that things were popping off right after the show, and everybody thought they were going to come out, maybe with a video or something else after the thing. But she said it just kind of just went a little, maybe a little south or something like that. And then she pointed out some of the pitfalls that happened to them after the show. They were saying one. She said one. It was the licensing of the name Blueprint. She said they thought that they could use the name Blueprint, but found out that they could only use the name for the show. And I remember when I tried to download the EP and I would put in Blueprint, some other group would come up. So I guess that name was already taken because she was saying they can only use Blueprint just for the show, the Encore. And she did say that some things that were going on behind the scenes, and her and Carlos Clean did clear up about she went in the show going to be a creative director, and Carlos King agreed with her. So when she came up with the idea of what you call, that was already agreed upon between her and Carlos King. It was some more behind the scenes stuff that she was saying. She was saying that she was going to let the Cherish twins take writing credits because she really didn't write on anything. She just did a couple of ums and ahs on some songs, and she was saying Pam wanted to have song credit, and she said that Pam really didn't have song credit, but Pam was looking at, she was in the room, and she was saying that it's something in the music industry where even if you're not putting down any vocals, just by you being in the room, you're supposed to get writing credits. And Kylie said she didn't like that, she didn't understand that. And stuff like that. And so she was saying the reason why Pam left, because it was one, it was money reasons, and two, Pam was saying that she didn't want to sing secular music and stuff because she had grown from that. And so, but she said it was really a money thing because Pam really wanted to get writing credits for that gospel song. She said Pam did write some parts of the gospel song, but the Cherish twins also wrote on the song. So she talked about that. And then Carlos King asked her about the stuff with Adrian and Notori when they said it'll be 3L2, and she said she knew that they were throwing shade at her, but she was saying Adrian always wanted to be a mom and be a preacher's wife even when she was 3LW. And stuff like that. And so she was saying there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and she was saying one, people fail to realize that the way artists are being developed now is through social media. She said if you don't have a big social media following or a big social media thing, record labels and stuff they don't want to look at you and stuff. So she said you gotta have your social media right. And she was saying the group wasn't really structured right either. And stuff like that because they didn't know which way where they were going. And she was saying when you're in a group, everybody has to be included in the group, and everybody has to have a say so. And she was saying the Cherish twins, that they really wanted to do most of the writing and do most of the other stuff. And she was saying she didn't really know how the group was was gonna continue on without Nivea, because she said Nivea was a comic relief to her and everybody else. And she was saying she knew that she was not the best singer, but she did know that she could dance. So that's why she said she only wanted to do the background singing and harmonies and stuff. But like she said, when Nivea left, they were short of a singer, and they knew Shamari could really sing. Shamari could really sing good, and so Shamari, along with the twins, were going to do most of the vocals. But then when they were left with only 3 members, she said she had to step it up and sing, but she just wanted to do the background singing. And like she said, the blueprint is still around. She said she still talked to Shamari, and she mentioned about Shamari had been doing a couple of reality TV shows, which she did. And then she also said she talked to the Cherish twins, but she said both of them are still writing songs for other people. And Carlos King did kind of mentioned that he tried to help him out too, as far as with the license for the blueprint and some other stuff. And she said, yeah, we know, but she said when it comes down to now, if you don't have a big social media following, because he asked Kiley, he said, Kiley, what were you doing before I invited you to come on to the Encore? And she said, I had my own little group that I was trying to produce, and stuff like that, and that kind of fell apart because of the same stuff. So it's like now in the music industry, if you're not on TikTok or some kind of Snapchat or some kind of Instagram shorts or something like that, and people don't notice you, the record labels are not going to notice you. Now, back in the day, like she said, it was where you had to go in and give your demo tape to the record label, or either send it to them or something like that. But she said it's like now it's just social media. So if you don't have a good social media presence, that's one thing that she said a lot of them looked at. They had to do a lot of the stuff themselves, and she said the Cherish twins paid for to get most of the songs out, I guess, on the EP or whatever. And so she was saying they were similar to me, they were similar to June's Diary, where she said they had to do a lot of that stuff on their own. They had to pay for it out of their own money and stuff. So good thing they had money from the Encore, and also money and residuals from being in former girl groups. But she said that the music industry is much different today, not just only for girl groups, but for singers too. And when I saw this interview, I think it reminds me so much of what June's Diary had said right after Chase and Destiny went off. Everybody was wondering what was going on, and they put out Lance, and we thought they were gonna have an EP or something out, which they did, but they put it out in late 2018, and it was like the same stuff that Kiley Williams was talking about with Carlos King on the podcast, was the same thing that June's Diary was going through 5 or 6 years ago. So it seems like nothing has changed, even though stuff is picking up after the pandemic. It's like a lot of artists and musical artists are still struggling. A couple of months back, I think 2 back, Fantasia was saying something like that on the Breakfast Club, that it's hard for black artists out here now. They have to make their money through touring and stuff. I mean, it was like that back in the day, but it's like really now it's like that. Kylie, and I really did like the video. Tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.